All right, welcome back, everybody. We have another setup video. We're going into March of Minimates, the first week, and we're starting out with a cosmic event. That's the theme for today. Uh, so we basically got the destruction of the Skrull homeworld. Um, I actually, this happens every once in a while. I'll start tearing down a project and realize I never made a video of it. In a bunch of stuff, I had to restick Silver Surfer on there. But yeah, started taking it down, had to set it back up real quick since I didn't get too far with it. The one thing I can't do right now is I can't get this camera low enough to show you the picture properly. I think I got to get way back here. Yeah, there you go. That's more like it. And kind of zoom in, but we do have, yeah, we got Galactus in the background. We have a bunch of mayhem among the Skrulls, and then we have Silver Surfer up on a coat hanger for his flying effect. This picture turned out pretty good. Like, I do want to put a lot of effort into these, and I do feel like this one turned out pretty good. Very happy with it. I haven't had Silver Surfer out yet, and I haven't used that Galactus card cutout from Luke's Toy Store yet. So great to get them out. Yeah, it's very cool cutout. I'm glad I finally bought it. So, anyways, that'll do it for this. I think we have epic crossover or something as our next theme. Let's go to that. All right, so we have our epic crossover shot. We're going with Hulk and Superman, obviously. In the desert, this is, of course, based off the Amalgam comics of the 90s. I was a big collector, when that came out. It was a pretty big deal. You should go back and read it sometimes. It's not exactly the most complicated writing in the world, but it is fun seeing worlds cross over, with Marvel and DC. And like I said, we're doing Superman and Hulk. I think actually I have the wrong hairpiece on Superman. It should be like Loki's mullet. Would probably be best for him with the way Superman's hair was at the time. But we're just going to keep it with this hairpiece just because I'm kind of lazy and I don't know how that would look anyways. Never a fan of the mullet. But yeah, we got this desert throwdown that's basically, I don't know, southern Utah or Utah or Arizona somewhere. I forget where that battle happened. But yeah, we got them both up on coat hangers with a little cheese wax on the back, just to kind of hold that wire on. That comes from those like Baby Bell cheese wax discs. But yeah, it just turned out really good. I really like how this, I was a little worried that I wouldn't be able to pose them right for Superman flying. I was kind of wondering how this is going to go, and it really went good, especially with that cape. Those fabric capes, man, I haven't had them out in a long time, but Superman and Thor, they always look really amazing with that red cape on. But anyways, that'll do it for this picture. Let's go on to day 3. All right, so this is our villain layer shot. Again, this turned out really awesome. I said I was gonna pull out all the stops on this video, and I definitely have. Like this shot, just how dense it is with how much filler, all the details, the skulls, the little plastic molded children, and each of the customs. This picture really turned out good. The background's awesome to it too. But anyways, for our villain layer, we basically have the abandoned, amusement park for Joker's lair, and just his crazy, henchmen. He always has these weird-looking henchmen and stuff. So I just kind of put a bunch of them together that I thought looked kind of crazy. You can see a guy in the very back on this ride. Like you got the Joker gas, or the Joker poison that makes you laugh yourself to death, kind of like in the Killing Joke, graphic novel, I guess if you want to call it that. But yeah, just kind of filling in spots with a bunch of little skulls and garbage and all sorts of stuff, and then of course top left of the screen you can see Batman up in what I would assume is like a roller coaster structure. But yeah, this picture really turned out good. Very happy with it. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I have had this plan for a while, to do Jim Gordon in in the nude with the chain attached to him, just like in The Killing Joke, and then just having this crazy setup. So it turned out really good. All these like rides and stuff came from either Walmart or else like Michael's around their Christmas decoration time. You can usually find some cool Halloween stuff then too. But yeah, they just had all these Minimate scale rides, so I just started buying them all up. Yeah, and it's really, I don't use them very often, but man, are they nice when I do use them. So anyways, let's go on to the next picture. I think it's classic comic cover. All right, so this next shot, this is our Thursday shot. It's, remake a famous comic cover. And this one, actually, the amount of parameters that are on it, I always find these difficult because, yeah, it's like you got to find a classic comic cover you love. Maybe you don't need to love it, but you got to find a classic comic cover. And just finding one is difficult enough. This is actually one of my favorite X-Men comic covers, and I did a ton of Googling. We almost ended up with a Skrull Captain America shot, and I just wanted to do something a little bit more challenging, and this is what I came up with. So I can't even think of the number, what number it is, but it's Uncanny X-Men. This is the Storm versus Cyclops. Who's going to lead the X-Men? Storm ends up winning even though she's powerless, and Cyclops leaves the X-Men. And I believe, am I right in thinking that's when he finds Madeline Pryor? I think it's when he finds Madeline Pryor is after this, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it turned out really good. Actually, I had to toggle back and forth between this and the actual comic cover to make sure I was getting it as close to correct as possible. This light I shut off is a colored light to really light up his optic blast. Unfortunately, these cubes give off a high-pitched squeal that is kind of annoying in the video, and actually wrecks my ears. You can barely hear it, but whatever the tone is, it actually wrecks my ears if I leave it on, if I'm in the lab too much. So, but it turned out pretty good. I had this dio from that I bought years ago from somebody. Always planned on using it to do this shot. I'm glad. There's actually a couple shots that I'm going to end up doing that I've wanted to do forever. And it turned out really good. Yeah, very happy with it. Let's do one more. We'll finish out the week of March of Minimates. The Friday shot is time travel, and we'll go to that. Okay, so for our final shot of this video, it's a time travel theme or whatever. And basically, I wanted to do this for a while, but basically we have King showing up to Iron Man's real origin of him in that Vietnamese cave, building the Iron Man suit to get out, and King is shooting him in the back. Yeah, again, another one that turned out well, another one that I wanted to do for a long time. I thought about going through and doing all the Avengers. I don't know how you'd do Thor, but Captain America would be a good one to recreate with King, taking him out, maybe at his origin story. Maybe I'll do that someday. I could see it happening. But this one's pretty simple. You just got a bunch of rock settings around, got that Iron Man, the original Iron Man body. That face is actually from Civil War. I have a dead face with a guy with a goatee from Jay and Silent Bob, the zombie ones, that I tried finding, so I had to change this a little bit. It was going to be him laid out on the floor, already dead, but I couldn't find the proper face for it, so got this other one with a 2010 goatee on this Iron Man, but got the hairpiece from the original. So, and then I was using a red light to light this up, but again, it's that high pitch squeal it's given me whenever I turn it on. So, figured I'd turn it off. But guys, anyways, this is the first week of March of Minimates, and we're done. We got the first week out of the way. Can't wait to see what everybody else is doing. It's gonna be pretty rad. But otherwise, guys, hit the like and subscribe button. Check out the description of the video for my Instagram and Facebook pages. We'll see you at the next video. Bye now.